Funny, over the last month on this show, I can't remember my man Shannon Sharp sitting across from me one time making fun of Tom Brady for saying, "It's fourth down,
Monday.
Fourth down.
He did it.
Fourth down."
It's
Well,
down.
wait, now it's all about five as in Super Bowl 55, or 5 plus 5 as in my 10th Super Bowl, says Tom Brady.
Hold on. Will you show the highlight, that video of LeBron, him throwing the ball out of bounds? I hadn't seen that anymore since we won the title.
I might bring that back today.
No.
I think it's about time.
Blooper reel retired.
Yeah, the blooper reel. Yeah, the blooper reel.
We're not using that thing anymore. Guys, we are days away from the Super Bowl, and that is where we begin today. All projected starters for the Chiefs and Buccaneers rosters were ranked heading into the Super Bowl, and KC took 4 of the top 5 spots with Mahomes at 1 and Brady the only Buck at number 2. The top 10, however, was a 5-5 split, and the Buccaneers also grabbed 10 of the top 15 spots. So, Shannon, what does this tell you about who will win the Super Bowl?
Well, look, it tells me that the Bucs are extremely talented. No matter how much Skip Bayless tries to peddle the theory, this is a Succaneers and they're a downtrodden organization.
Well, they were.
No, but are they talented? Yes or no? This is what we're talking about. We're not talking about the past history. That's what you tell me. You said, let's stick to the issue at hand. Is this not a talented football team?
Who has 4 of the top 5 on that list?
Who has 10 of the top 15 on the top list?
Would you rather have 4 of the first 5 or 10 of the first 15? Would you?
Let's see.
Wait, does that mean you're going to pick the Buccaneers?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
And plus the fact that Jason Pierre-Paul was 29. Devin White is 30th. Donovan Smith is 42. You mean to tell me of all the players that's in the Super Bowl, they got these guys ranked outside the top 20? Really? So it goes to even show you that there's even more talent on the Tampa side. And I've said this before. If you look at these rosters, top to bottom, Tampa Bay is more talented than Kansas City.
Really?
Kansas City has the more firepower offensively.
Okay.
You look at Mahomes, you look at Kelsey, you look at Tyreek. I get that.
Chris Jones was ranked in the top 5.
I get but Skip, our defensive guys don't bring the cachet that an offensive guy does.
Okay, but he's number 1 on this list.
Yes,
he's the first defender ranked on either team.
First defender ranked, but how many of the top 5 are offensive players?
Well, obviously.
That goes to show my point. And 3 of those top 5 are Chiefs. So I get where because it's an offense-driven league. Remember, Skip, the quarterback, people want to see points, and the Kansas City Chiefs can provide that. But it also tells me, Skip, Patrick Mahomes is going to have to play one of his better games because if he doesn't, Tampa Bay has more than enough talent to beat them. This is not going to be, and if they lose this game, this is not going to be the monumental upset that people think it's going to be. This is not the Patriots upsetting the
greatest show on turf.
Right, the Rams. This is not the Broncos 11-point underdogs to the Packers beating them. That's not that, Skip. This is not the Jets beating the Colts in the Super Bowl.
Joe Namath.
Right. This is not that. This is a very talented football team with an immensely historic, transcendent quarterback on the other side that happens to be a 3-point underdog to a team that's talented, but I don't believe they're as talented as the Buccaneers. So Patrick Mahomes is going to have to play one of his better games. Spags is going to have to dial up one of his better defensive game plans because Tampa will be ready to play. So that's what this tells me. Looking at this ranking is that the Buccaneers are more talented top to bottom than the Chiefs. But a lot of people, because of Patrick Mahomes, believe the Chiefs will win this game.
Just because of Patrick Mahomes, because most people think he's already the GOAT, correct?
No, I don't think people think that.
They do. They just think he's the greatest ever, not on achievement, but on eye test. That he's just better than, at this moment, he's better than Brady's ever been in his life, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So, I ask again, why did Tom Brady look around the NFL landscape and say, I choose Tampa Bay? It's because of this list, because he saw it coming before, at least I saw it coming. I think we were, I'll go so far as to say I was shocked he chose Tampa Bay, right?
Well, I think we were all, before the simple fact, Skip, is Tampa Bay. But as you say now, when we look at this list, you see why he chose Tampa Bay.
So there was much conjecture and speculation to the point that John Lynch and your man Kyle Shanahan admitted they seriously considered, let's take a run with Tom Brady. I think they should have. That's just me. I think they should have just said, let's try 2 years of Tom, maybe 3 or 4 years of Tom. With that roster looked better at that point than this roster looked.
But here's the thing. The question was, Skip, is there's a lot of people that probably want to take a chance with LeBron, but LeBron chose the Lakers. Would Tom Brady have been interested in the 49ers as he is in Tampa?
Okay, well, he's from there, and that was his childhood idol team, Joe Montana's 49ers.
Yes.
So it just made sense. I'll go home and I'll finish at home, but they said no ultimately, okay?
So you believe he would have, if they would have said, Tom, we loved it?
I do, because they were the Super Bowl runner-up, and it came within a late throw of Jimmy Garoppolo missing Emmanuel Sanders for them to win the Super Bowl.
But what about his boy? That means his boy is not going to have a job. Him and Jimmy G are close.
You think he really would have cared about that? Well, that would have been if Kyle and John Lynch had said, look, we've had our run with Jimmy G, and we think we've gone as far as we can go. And they would have to convince Tom, it's okay, we're going to trade him to X, Y, Z. Okay. The Chargers were also in the mix. Obviously, Justin Herbert turned out much better than we thought.
Yes.
But I thought that was his destination. That's where I thought, because he's had a home out here on the west side of Los Angeles and Brentwood before. So I just thought it's a natural segue for him to close there in a new stadium. They're opening up SoFi this year. So it would be marquee value. And yet he said, no, let me see. And he starts looking down. He had already graded this roster.
Yes.
So he's saying, okay, I got it. He's going deeper and deeper, and he's saying, man, this is a talented football team.
Yes.
Not star power dominant, because they did have 2 Pro Bowl receivers last year who did not make the Pro Bowl this year. But now we look at this list. Well, obviously, Mahomes is at the top. I'm going to get to that in just a second. But 3 and 4 are no doubters to me.
Yes.
Tyreek, and they go Kelsey Tyreek, which is, that's what I argued yesterday. I would slightly take Kelsey over Tyreek in overall value, but that's just me. But whichever way you want to go, 3-4-4-3 for those two, they are the 2 best receivers on the field on Sunday evening in Tampa at Raymond James. And then I was a little surprised at Chris Jones, because he doesn't catch my eye enough, but he is a game wrecker. And they are saying, Pro Football Focus, that they have him graded right behind Aaron Donald every year. Okay, so that's firepower, man, in the middle of that line. And he is hard to deal with. And both the Tampa guards and the Tampa center, who are all ranked fairly high, especially one guard and the center, on this list, they're going to have their hands full trying to keep him out of Brady's lap. Right? Because, as you always say, the best way to get to Brady is to just annihilate the pocket right into him, because he can't scramble. He's not a scrambler. So if it breaks down, you know how he goes. It's just going to be duck and cover, and so there's nowhere to step forward and make the pass. Okay, so now we get to tier 2, and all of a sudden you're saying, well, wait a second. Here they come, and they tie it up at 5-all through 10, but then the next 5, they've got it. And you're saying, wait, how can that be? Well, it's because all of a sudden it kicks in with Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, that's 11, 12, and 13 is Antonio. Well, they get the next 5 on the list.
And then Shaq Barrett, Carl Davis.
Okay, and boom, all of a sudden, they're up 10-5 through 15 players.
But Skip, think about this. It's hard for me to see there's a better defensive player. I believe the second, worst case, third best defensive player that's going to take the field is Devin White. How is he ranked outside?
So to finish this off, if you go all the way down to 30, they win 18-12. So they have 18 of the top 30 players. Well, that should tell you that in and of itself, they got a shot to win this game. Just on depth of talent. And that's top 30 talent, I'm with you on Devin White. I just about, my teeth almost fell out when I said, because I kept looking for Devin White. I said, did they leave him off?
That's what I was looking for.
Did they leave him off?
I did the same thing. I'm like, hold on.
He's 30th? Okay, so their point about Devin White is simply this, and I get it. They're grading him only off the regular season. There were games in the regular season when I will admit I got frustrated because he will come and go and then just stay gone.
Sometimes he freelance. He freelance.
Okay. Well, sometimes he just sort of drifts. He just drifts through plays, and you say, where is he? He's 45, right? Where's 45? If he is called upon to blitz, he flashes. He jumps off your TV screen. If he's called upon to cover the tight end and get his hands on the football, he flashes because he can run with just about anybody in the mid-range of the field. Okay. So they're saying that because He gets caught out of position too often, that they are downgraded. They ranked him 69th among NFL linebackers on performance of the regular season. Okay, now, what happened in the postseason? Well, this is why I don't get their ranking. This is the only big, this isn't a quibble, this is a flat out
big gripe.
Wrong. Yeah. In the postseason, for any linebacker who played at least 75 snaps, where you played 2 or 3 games,
right,
he ranked #1 by Pro Football Focus. He was the breakout star of the...
So, Skip, what are we supposed to do with these 8.5 sacks he had in the regular season? Was he out of position on those? What are we supposed to do about these scooping scores, those interceptions, those leading the team in tackles that he had in the regular season? Are we supposed to disregard that? And how do you know he's... Skip, first of all, unless you know what they're calling... Three of those top 5 are Chiefs. So I get where people, because it's an offense-driven league. Remember, Skip, the quarterback, people want to see points, and the Kansas City Chiefs can provide that. But it also tells me, Skip, Patrick Mahomes is going to have to play one of his better games, because if he doesn't, Tampa Bay has more than enough talent to beat them. This is not going to be, and if they lose this game, this is not going to be the monumental upset that people think it's going to be. This is not the Patriots upsetting the
greatest show on turf.
Right.